Alright, so welcome to today's workout. Alright, so for today's workout, I'm gonna be doing back, right? Back in the gym for a back workout. So for the first exercise right here, I'm just doing some good old rows, man. Good old plate loaded machine rows over here. So I'm just gonna be targeting mainly my upper back. If I'm not wrong, I'm kind of like targeting the rhomboids, the traps, all those good stuff, man. All those upper back thickness, right? Because that's what we want. Because most people actually do not have thick upper backs. Most of them actually have like what, thin upper backs. Yeah, so you most definitely have to focus on the thickness of it all. All right, so for the next one, the next exercise, it's a vertical grip. For this exercise, right, it actually trains the lats, right? I would say I will feel it on my lower lats more, like the thickness of it. Yeah, so that's the idea of this. It actually trains more of the lower lats. Yeah, so that's what I feel. Well, obviously it depends on where you're gripping it and the seat height as well. But for this particular example over here, it's just for lower lats thickness for me. All right, next one over here, good old cable seated machine rows, right? So over here is the same thing, right? It's just the same concept. Pulling the attachment around to my upper abs area, close to your sternum-ish area. So you're kind of like training the thickness as well. So for this exercise, right, the lower back, you really have to be strong over here because you're kind of like holding it, right? It's kind of like an iso hold as well. So it trains your lower back as well. Yeah, so this is most definitely a good thing. But I would say don't do too heavy if your lower back is still not stable yet, right? So for the next one, it will be the lat pull downs. Over here, right, I want to give you guys one quick example. You guys can see my arms actually not balanced. Like you guys can see for my right arm, right, it's actually a little bit higher, and my left shoulder is actually a bit lower. I'm not too sure. Is it because of my scoliosis? Yeah, because I have scoliosis, and I believe it has to do with it, man. Yeah, man, that's the thing. I feel natural. Doing in this position, doing this way, it actually feels natural for me. Yeah. So compared to this, there's a V-bar grip close pull down thingy. You guys can see as well. For my right elbow, it's a little bit higher compared to the left. Yeah, because I'm pulling it all the way down to my lower chest area, the sternum area as well over here. So that's the thing, man. That's why for my left side, it's actually a bit bigger than my right side. So there's some imbalance, man. And I really feel like it's being contributed because of my scoliosis. Yeah, and the scoliosis actually pointed more towards the left side. Yeah. So over here, you know it, man. Lower back. Good old lower back extensions. This is a must, right? This is the bread and butter for our lower back health. So I've been spamming a lot of these, man. A lot of these lower back extensions, and I make sure to do it like 4 sets or so, and then I usually do it with like 2 sets of warm-up first, and then followed with 4 sets of plated. So maybe it goes like 10 kg, or maybe sometimes I do 15 kg, or even 20 kg at times. Yep, so this is what I do for today's workout, and I'll see you guys soon.
Alright, so that's my back workout. So I'm gonna give you guys some advice or some tips as to what you guys can expect, like after a year of being injured. After a year of being injured with all of those conditions that I have, right? My conditions is like herniated discs from my cervical region to my lumbar region as well. Specifically, I would say the L5S1, the L4, L5, and L5S1. I can't remember. I'll just put it somewhere on the screen over there. And then the other one would be for my neck as well. My neck, I can't remember the exact region. It's probably like C something, I can't remember. So I'll put it somewhere over here. Yeah, so it'll be more helpful for you guys if you guys can relate. So if you guys are thinking about going back to the gym, thinking about hitting back, right? Actually, not even just back. Maybe for any muscle groups, right? Maybe you guys have thoughts. Maybe you guys have thoughts about whether you guys can actually go ahead to work out once again. Well, from my personal experience, right? I can only talk from my personal experience. I can't really tell or talk for other people because I don't know how other people are doing. But for the most part, from my research, right? From my own research and from what I am going through right now, I feel that it is actually okay. It's okay. Well, obviously, right now, right? Right now, whatever I'm doing is kind of like what I used to do, kind of, but I kind of like modify a little bit. Because back then, before all this injury, right, I didn't exactly focus on my lower back training. I kind of like neglected them. I didn't exactly train them directly. I used to train them when I just started, but I kind of like neglected them. That's what I'm trying to say, which is bad, right? Which is bad. I was just focusing on the show muscles. The show muscles meaning to say that all of the bodybuilding pretty muscles, right? The chest muscles, the arms, the biceps, big wide shoulders, big lats, right? Back muscles, all those kind of stuff. I was just focusing on all of those pretty muscles, right? All those show muscles, that's what I'm trying to say. So I wasn't exactly focusing on the health aspect. I didn't really think about that, right? Because I mean, I was young, right? I was younger, and then I was just focusing on that, right? And then most of the time, right, all those bodybuilding videos, right, they are actually just talking about hypertrophy workouts, meaning to say that they're just telling us and teaching us what we can do to build muscle. That's it, right? Bodybuilding, that's it. That is what I'm trying to say. We are talking about bodybuilding, right? So I'm really heavily focused on bodybuilding. I wasn't exactly, like I said, training my lower back muscles because my core basically, right? The only form of core training I did was just abs, right? Ab crunches. I only focus on the ab crunch machine. That's the only thing that I train off. And then yes, arguably that trains your core as well. But we're talking about like the internal muscle, the internal ab muscles. Transverse abdominis, I think that's what it's called. And then along those lines, right? All those internal inner ab muscles. Not exactly the external ones. Obviously, both are equally important, but we're talking about the core muscles, right? The muscles that is surrounding the spine, right? That's what we're trying to talk about. That's what we're trying to train. That's what we're trying to strengthen on. And I believe that those muscles of mine, right, is heavily neglected, right? And then for most of you guys, right, if you guys are going through whatever it is I'm going through right now, I mean, not right now, right? In the past, you guys should really, really start focusing on your lower back and your core muscles. Core muscles meaning to say that, your obliques as well, right? Do your oblique training, meaning your sides, your obliques, and then your abs as well, and then your lower back. Basically, it's just like a back brace, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Try to be your own back brace. That's most important. I mean, you can't exactly be walking around and operating with a back brace, right? You can't exactly be wearing that every single day, 24/7, 365. That's not ideal. So what can we do? Build our own back brace, right? Build our own back brace that God has intended and has gave us to use. So that's all the muscles that we have, right? The surrounding muscles around the spine. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say. Because I really felt that I really neglected them. Yeah, I really neglected them. I did not train them directly. And maybe all of those wear and tear, right? Kind of like, finally it crept up to me, right? It crept up to me and it really showed me like, I've been neglecting those muscles and I've been putting my body through all of those workouts. Not just weightlifting, because I've been doing a lot of different kinds of sports as well growing up, doing mainly martial arts, right? Boxing, Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all those good stuff, right? That's what I've been doing for the most part. So I've been trashing my body, right? Trashing my body, my lower back specifically, my neck as well, right? Because when you're doing boxing, right, you're doing Muay Thai specifically, we do clinching as well. So the hands around the neck. I don't know, like, I mean, I'm pretty sure that really contributed in the grand scheme of things. So what I'm trying to say is that for the back workouts, right, don't exactly expect to go back to like full force, right? You can't expect to do that. Because when I just got injured, I didn't really I didn't really go that hard as well. And even if I wanted to, I can't, right? I literally couldn't do it as well. Yeah, so I only slowly eased into it. I was doing all those workouts still, right? Thankfully, it didn't really hurt at that point of time, but I was just doing like, right? I wasn't exactly doing whatever I'm doing right now. Right now, I'm kind of like doing my normal working set, but when I just got injured, right, my lower back was very, very sensitive, right? Very sensitive, and I felt like it was very weak and very sensitive. And I felt like any single movement, right, if I were to do it wrongly, it's gonna aggravate it. Yeah, so that's a bad thing. That's really, really bad. So that's what I'm trying to say, man. So you can still do all of them, right? You can still work out. I feel, right, in my personal experience, I just telling you guys what I did. I still went ahead to work out because the main thing is you do not want to just stay stagnant. You do not want to just stay constant. You want to move, right? You need to move. You cannot just lay in the bed and then don't do anything and then just give up in life. You can't. Because if you do that, arguably it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna worsen your condition. It's gonna worsen your condition. Sorry guys, because I'm dropping. All right, much better. So if you don't move, right, your spine just get frozen up, right? It just freezes up, even worse. And then it gets all locked up. It's not flexible anymore. Because the spine is meant to be moved, right? You're supposed to be flexible. I mean, you're not supposed to be flexible, but you should have some flexibility to some extent. If you're just all frozen up and just, just there, and then you come when you're not using it, right? Let's just say if you don't use it, you're gonna lose it. Right? You don't use it, you're gonna lose it, man. Right? I'm an example over here. I don't use my lower back for so long. And then yeah, that's why I got all these injuries. Exactly. So ideally, if you can, if it's possible for you guys, go ahead, go to the gym still, lift your weights, but do with lighter weights. Do with lighter weights, and then more importantly is that maybe do fewer sets as well. Yeah, do fewer sets, and then I would say do fewer sets but higher repetition, but lighter weight. Yeah, why I say more repetition is because I want you guys to feel more of your muscles being worked. Yeah, I want you guys to constantly have the range of motion. I want you guys to, let your body know that it can move. It is supposed to move still. Yeah, don't have to go back to the typical hypertrophy 8 to 12 reps kind of scheme. I don't think that is what you should be prioritizing. You shouldn't be exactly prioritizing on your muscle growth right now. You should be focusing on the range of motion. You should be focusing on, letting your body know that it should move and it can move still. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think you guys understand what I mean. Yeah, so focus on moving your body. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Focus on the movements, the pressing movements, the pulling movements, all this kind of stuff. Let your body know that it's alive and it's okay and it shouldn't just stay stagnant. Right? That's what I'm trying to say. That's right. So what I'm trying to say, end of the day, carry on moving. All right, especially for the back workouts, don't go too heavy because your lower back is very, very sensitive right now. And then I slowly incorporated the hyperextensions, the lower back exercises slowly, right? I didn't exactly put on any weight yet. I didn't hold on to my 10 kilograms, 20 kilograms. Not just yet. I just did the body weights. And I didn't exactly go all the way down as well because I can't as well, right? So I just did I have the pad a little bit higher to my hip level. And then I believe, okay, the maximum height, the highest one, and then just put it down one notch. That's it. That's pretty high. Yeah, it's quite high actually. You can't exactly feel so much stress on your lower back, but I would say it is enough for a start. Yeah, you guys can try it for a start first, and then maybe do a couple of repetitions, and then don't go all the way down unless you are confident and comfortable doing it. Yeah, so what I did, I just did kind of like partial reps, right? Quarter reps. I didn't exactly do full reps. Yeah, when I was just getting back to the gym, right? So try to always focus more on your lower back movements. That's what I want you guys to concentrate on and focus more on. Because right now, with all my workouts, right, normally I'll end it off with some kind of a lower back exercise. Yeah, so that's my tip. That's my tip for today for this back workout. All right. I mean, don't exactly follow whatever I do because right now I'm kind of like in a different, better place, thankfully. Yeah. So just go with what your body tells you. Listen to your body, right? Listen to your body. Be careful with whatever you are doing. And then at the same time, don't be too careful as well because you want to move. Well, what I'm trying to say is that you still need to move. Okay. Don't be too afraid of not moving. Yeah. Don't fall into a trap. Don't fall into a trap because I was in that position as well. I thought that I should just lock my entire body up. Right? So don't do that. Small little increments and it'll pay off.